Christ, it's as hot as the devil's rectum in here. When did we move to hell?
Patrolling the Mojave almost makes you wish for a nuclear winter.
Full disclosure before the run properly starts. I'm doing the roleplayer's start mod for runs, so that way I don't have to do the intro sequence every time I start the game. Now, if I'm gonna beat Fallout New Vegas as the Postal Dude, I need to determine some things. Specifically, my special stats. My special stats are as follows. Strength is a 10, because he's carrying around all those weapons all day. Perception is at 6, purely for explosives. Endurance is at 5, his bulk comes from armor, not HP. Charisma is at 1, because he's canonically a misanthrope. Intelligence at a 7. It's weird, I know, but the man was a game designer for a moment, so by proxy, he has to be a programmer. Agility is at a 10, because he's a surprisingly good platformer. And luck is at a 1. He is one of the least lucky men in fictional history. He got fired, attacked by protesters left and right, almost got killed multiple times, joined a siege on his own uncle, got knocked out with the shovel and turned into a damn gimp, and survived the apocalypse all in the same damn week. For traits, I only took Wild Wasteland. The dude hallucinates a lot after he decided to use high-velocity earplugs on himself, to the point he completely imagined a totally new game that totally doesn't exist. I don't know what you're talking about, go away! I also found and installed a collection of mods based on Postal 2. Finding them is largely what encouraged me to start this playthrough in the first place, and it includes everything from the diseased cowhead to flat out pissing on my enemies. The only ones I couldn't get working were the kick, which crashed everything. And, you'll see about the outfit later. Everything else I took was mostly just me picking things that won't be too game-changing. After all, some of these options can give me insane bonuses like +4 strength or something. Spawning into Goodsprings, I immediately turn around and drop everything I own but my food, doctor bags, explosive weapons, and the machete on Doc Mitchell's floor. There's going to be a lot of special requirements for this run, and that includes weapons. And I think these are all pretty great picks for the dude's frankly massive arsenal. While I'm here, I also grabbed one of the items that are modded into this run, the Crack Cola. Its effects are goddamn insane, especially the stat that increases your gun skill by fucking 50! First things first, though, I need to test my most important mod out. So I relieve myself on Barton Thorn.
My grandmother.
The piss makes you pee in a small arc like in the original game that's, frankly, a little difficult to hit with, and it only deals a small amount of damage, but it also stuns enemies who are hit, making them either flinch and cower, or just flat out vomit, leaving them open for attacks. You can even pee on yourself, though this has no real use here as far as I'm aware. I haven't lit myself on fire yet. Deciding to be merciful, I whip out my other tool and kill Bart. And to my shock, he actually has the next weapon I need, the sledgehammer. I didn't know they could actually spawn on enemies this close to Goodsprings. Usually it's just tire irons, lead pipes, and switchblades. This is a first. I would also like to quickly add that in third person, you do a funny pee walk, even though for some reason the sensor bubble is off in the distance instead of on my crotch. I wonder where it's leading me to. By the way, you'll be seeing some weird glitches throughout. This is part of a UI mod, don't worry about it, it looks much better when I'm at low health. Anyways, I try to pee on a gecko to stun it, and unfortunately discover that it's not very effective against animals, so I'm forced to pull out the hammer and crush them. I smash more with the hammer on the way to the Wolfhorn radio, which is where a special little ghoul is located, wearing my missing no outfit. Yeah, this is what I meant when I said it didn't properly work. And to be honest, the only reason I'm not digging around to see what is going on is because I think this is actually kind of funny, and the jacket still works, so I'm going with it. Anyways, I head back into town and talk to Sunny to start the intro quest and get the rifle stand in the varmint rifle. This long-range beauty looks exactly like the sniper rifle in Postal 2, and it's not nearly as important as what I discover next. Peeing not only counts as shooting the bottles, it also has unique voice lines from NPCs when it's drawn, and it can sneak attack. I'm so happy to find this out, I decide to kill Joe Cobb through the power of critical piss. Happy with myself, I wander around town and find a mysterious metal box that I totally didn't forget the location of, and find another weapon from the mods, the postal sign. There are several different ones I can choose, but I decided to use the crossway sign because that's quite literally the first one I saw. Well, I should start my objectives now. But since I already pissed on the powder gangers, why not try helping Ringo? I do want that EXP after all. Okay, at first I actually think maybe I'll just piss on him and be done with it. But then he turned the tables on me and uses telekinesis to crash the game. Not wanting to risk his wrath again, I tell him I'm gonna help, talking to Sunny like I'm a douchebag in the process, before going up to Trudy and leveling up. I use this level up for my sneak, melee, guns, and survival. Why survival? Well, on top of increasing the HP that food heals, it will be important later for one of my weapons. Also, quick clarification for the entire run that I'm only putting here now because I forgot to earlier and I'm not changing. I'm only allowed to heal myself with food, doctor bags, and health pipes. They're health pipes. Nothing else. They're health pipes. After all, Stimpaks don't exist in Postal 2. I convinced Trudy and Pete to help pretty easily now, but Chet is being a little bit of a bitch, so I sledge him for not helping. Don't worry, his next of kin will sign my petition. Me and my posse start wiping out the powder gangers that attack pretty easily, and doing so got me my next weapon, the baseball bat. A bit further along, I get a switchblade and a baton from the wandering corpses near Gene's skydiving, and celebrate by firing a grenade at the West camp. I might as well finish the job line here and wipe the rest of them out, starting by showing off my sick sniping skills with the grenade rifle. With the guards gone, I do drugs and wipe out the interior of the visitor center with bat foo and sign foo. The sign is basically just a retextured nail board, so it doesn't really deal much more noticeable damage, but the thing is still pretty fun to swing around for the novelty of the situation alone. I assault the guard towers with gusto and dynamite before I raid the cell blocks and find the next item on the list, frag grenades.
Wow, there's plenty for everyone.
I promptly put these to use on Eddie and his guards, sharing my bounty with them whether they want it or not. Now that the powder gangers are all dead and leaderless, they're all kind of fucked, but at the very least, Scrambler styled on me before he died, getting in one last sick dive kick, so he went out like a boss. The reason I went through with all this in the first place is because, well, it was fun, but also because the next two weapons on the list are here. The Brass Knuckles and the 9mm submachine gun, the latter of which substitutes the Glock in Postal 2. There isn't an actual machine gun pistol in New Vegas as far as I'm aware, so this is about as good as we're gonna get. This means I can head back to Good Springs and find the water source to grab my second to last melee weapon, the shovel. And now it's time to start my errands for the bitch.
Go see Vince. I was pretty hungover yesterday, but I think I remember where I work. Score some cash. Excellent. There it is. Pick up some milk. Now where is that? Here it is.
Errand 1, pick up milk. I robbed Chet's store for a milk bottle. He doesn't need it anymore.
I think I
He's
need that.
dead. Errand 2, pick up my check. Okay, there aren't any checks in New Vegas since I'm pretty sure those were evaporated in the apocalypse. But I think a good substitute would be to gather 5 pre-war money, starting with me stealing 2 from Chet's cash register, and then grabbing the rest from the Vicky and Vance casino registers. No, I'm not clearing the convicts out yet. I have more important things to do. Also, side note, you sadly cannot detonate the frag mines with urine. This game is literally unplayable. Errand 3, cash the check. I just sell the money to Doc Mitchell. And some of the shit I stole from the powder gangers. Health pipes aren't free after all.
Mission accomplished with extreme prejudice. Time to head home.
With all my errands done, I think it's about time to end Monday and head back to my trailer.
Did you go by work?
Yeah, apparently I'm on sabbatical or something.
Well, good. Maybe you can get a few more things done for me.
I'm gonna do a few things to you, woman.
What was that?
Nothing, dear. Enjoy your milk.